I'm a little confused too. Once we get into the spoilers, I'll say where I'm confused
Hey,
too.
hey,
I
let,
just
let me let me tell you right now. First 15 minutes of that episode, I was like, "What the hell is going on?" What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tardy to the Party, aka T3P,
T3P.
where us two hooligans talk shit
Fuck.
about the holy trinity of pop culture, Marvel, DC, and Star Wars. I'm your boy Jsib, and to my right, as always,
KP.
aka KevNKrunch. What's up, Crunchers?
Yeah. That yeah.
You better keep that.
I'm not gonna lie, dude.
If you don't do that in your
Something
streams
about
still, I'm gonna be angry with you.
what?
If you don't do that in your streams, I'm gonna be angry.
Well, then prepare to be angry, cause like I don't know why, man. I just don't like it, and also I just want to kind of change my name, but I've just been kind of playing with that. But anyways, yeah.
Alrighty, it is. I don't know about you. It's been a doom and gloomy day on this Friday. It's been raining all day, but we have some excitement. Loki season 2, episode 2 dropped last night. So after we had a night to sit and marinate on it, what are your general thoughts, KP, before we get into the nitty gritty spoilers?
Like my first reaction to this really was, I kind of got that sense of urgency. Like they just started rolling along in the plot here to develop, like, I think with what they want to do with this show. I did enjoy this episode. Um, I feel like though there's times where I feel like the show is trying a little too hard to be comedic, um, and it doesn't really stick. Uh, but other than that, I mean, this show's just kind of, so far, so far.
Oh no.
So that's my
Oh
general
no.
thoughts so far.
Oh no.
Just kind of, I don't know, man. I'm a little confused too. Once we get into the spoilers, I'll say where I'm confused
Hey,
too.
hey,
I
let,
just,
let me let me tell you right now. First 15 minutes of that episode, I was like, "What the hell is going on?"
well, that's what I mean about
I was like, "Wait,"
how.
I feel like I missed an episode. like, I was like,
Yes, you
I was
did.
like,
You
"Wait,
really did.
what?"
Yeah, yeah. So
uh,
that, all right. So you kind of went ahead, jumped to it. Then that's where I'm kind of like being very vague, and I say how the episode, uh, there, like I said, there's a sense of urgency here, and that's what I meant. Is like, I mean, watching it, and in the first 5-10 minutes, yeah, I was like, wait, what the hell is going on? And then you kind of you eventually can piece it together pretty easily once it like hits you.
yeah, once it
But
starts actually like clicking.
for like, I don't know, I guess I guess the way they started the episode, you were just kind of like, what is going on? What is going on here? So I will say this too. Kind of the only reason it clicked is because I didn't skip the recap. I let the recap play. And that actually helped for this episode. So I wasn't like, even later on, 20 minutes down into it, thinking like, what the fuck is happening here? like I said, eventually I was like, oh, okay, is this guy and whatever. But yeah, That's I agree. I agree. You definitely this one starts and you're just like, what did I miss? Do I need to go back to the first one? You know?
Yeah, I mean, I was completely lost in the beginning, but yeah, like you said, eventually you kind of get it together. But not that's not a good
Yeah.
sign from me because I never hard I shouldn't say never, but I hardly ever feel lost watching TV shows or movies, like even like very convoluted ones. I generally like, even if I don't know exactly what's going on, I have it narrowed down. Well, this could be this or this. This when this started, I was like, what in the shit? Like, what did I miss? Like, I saw the post credit scene last week, so that has nothing to do with this in a way. I mean, it kind of does later, but yeah, a really weird choice that they just dropped us in and just go. Like you said, it feels like this series is going at a breakneck pace. We only
Yeah.
got 4 episodes after this, still too, and I
Which is
still
probably
think
why
that
it's a
somehow,
breakneck pace.
amazingly enough, I still feel like they really haven't gotten anywhere still in these 2 episodes. Like they have, but they haven't. For as much as they've rushed, I still feel like there are so many things where I'm like, okay, but let's get to the juice. What give us the juice, the stuff that we actually are here for. But
Yeah.
um, I think that I agree. I think with you as well. I think that's. I'm gonna full blown. This is the one series I think that I've like watched. I just sit there. I don't know what it is. This show cannot grab me. I there's a few, like you said, they try to shoe in comedy too much, I think, where it doesn't belong. Now at the same time, I do feel like some of the jokes that are in the show are probably some of the better written Marvel jokes overall. Like one of them that in this
Oh,
episode, actually, like it was so dry and I loved every second of it and it got me good. But yeah, I don't know why it's like we have these, like you said, like this is why I could never get full into Marvel movies, is because big stakes. The Earth's gonna end, the universe is gonna end, the multiverse is gonna end, and it's just
yeah, it's
quippy
the
quippy quippy
multiverse
quippy
now.
quippy
Yeah.
quippy jokes constantly. It's just like, guys, like you guys keep cutting your stakes out from under yourselves. You like actively keep sticking a fucking like pole into your bicycle wheel and tripping over it. Like, just this is my number one gripe about Marvel movies and TV shows, is that you finally get a moment of heart, levity, actually some actual repercussions, and then just here comes somebody with some stupid one liner just to completely undercut the whole moment. And it's just like it's like I get the same feeling from this at times, not nearly as bad as some of the Marvel movies do it, but yeah, they still got a lot of work to do with 4 episodes left. Like, and I guess that's what I find myself feeling is like, it's shot well, the actors are great, the acting's great, um,
Yeah.
the music's good. There's so many things that are check, 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 and I'm still finding myself just. That's
That's his live reaction, guys.
that's yeah. If you guys want us to do react content, there it is. That's what I'll look like for this fucking series. But I
Oh
still
man.
somewhat have hope for it in a weird way. Um, I want this season to be good. I mean, they need it to be good.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like this is obviously setting up Kang even further in the Kang dynasty, and obviously Secret Wars.
Right.
I feel like there's a lot that weighs in on this show, and I think the one thing that's actually somewhat giving me hope is like at least every episode has had its own self-contained arc. It's not all of a sudden the episode just kind of abruptly ends out of nowhere, and you're just like, oh, guess I gotta tune in next week.
Yeah,
So,
that's true. Yeah.
um, I don't know. If we
But
if
maybe
we get
that's
another
also the
episode like this in
problem with
episode 3,
this.
then we're really in trouble. I think like they really need like,
So-
and that's what's so weird. Is like the show's going at such a breakneck pace, and here I am saying, "But you guys got to keep going. Like we're not getting anywhere fast enough." I don't know. This is a weird show for me. I'm so torn on this show. There's so many things I like about it, but at the same time, I find it somewhat boring, which is a surprise to me because I love time travel, multiverse shit, and this just, I don't know what it is. It just can't grab me. So,
Maybe because even though the concept of like the time travel is there, they clearly do it. But the concept of the multiverse stuff is not really like the most like multiverse stuff we really have seen has been Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. Like having different iterations of characters. If they would do that in this show, you would probably one, you definitely would be more interested. Two, you would actually feel how this show is trying to help also establish these different, they're calling them timeline branches, but it's a multiverse. It's just a multiverse.
mm-hmm.
It's the same shit. They're just calling it something else because they're with this TVA thing. So that's where I kind of have a criticism that, it's season 2. You could have, I mean, even in the first season, yeah, we got different iterations of Loki, and Throg was a teaser, like a little Easter egg, but that's been kind of it, and I don't know, man. I don't really feel like the effects that they call them branched timelines, but I just don't feel that, I guess. And I feel like part of that is because, I mean, you don't even get Easter eggs of characters. You just get whatever the hell they're trying to do, and
I guess this would probably be a good time to move into spoilers because there is a certain moment in this episode that kind of piggybacks off this topic that I'm just kind of like, I feel nothing.
Okay.
What I should feel.
Yeah, I mean, we might have. We've got
in a way, but
I'd say that this is a good time to get into this. Well, yeah, let's just get into the spoiler. Let's spoil. All right, so all of you, you got our thoughts on this episode and basically kind of the series as a whole so far, or this season as a whole so far. So now we're gonna get into some spoilers because we can't hold back anymore. Yeah, we got to talk about Brad Wolf being the Zaniac.
Feel free, subscribe, give us a like, come back after when you have. We'll always be here. Always be here for you. We just might be a little tardy, Sometimes we're a little tardy. But all right, let's throw them up. Bang! Spoilers, they're up. So, getting into the multiverse stuff at the end. I know I'm skipping way to the end, but screw it.
God damn it.
When they blow all the bombs up on all the timelines and all these multiverses.
All those branches,
all the branches are going away. Granted, the acting, whoever the actress is that's B-15, I think she did a great job in that moment of just like, all right, instead of having a big spectacle, let's just have the actors kind of sell this. And I think everybody sold it well. Like I said, the acting's great in the show. I have nothing bad to say about the acting, but I don't know. It's just like in a weird way. I found myself just kind of sitting there. I was like, one of those lines better not be Andrew Garfield's Spider-Verse because I will lose my shit. And one of those better not be the Fox universe because once again we'll lose my shit.
Well,
there's like no way of like knowing which universes are going away. There's billions of people.
Maybe the end. Dead. Maybe the end. Maybe the end of Deadpool 3 is like the universe getting fucking deteriorated from all of existence, and then he's just gonna use the cable device to be like, well, it's good. We can hop over to a different one from this way or some insert bullshit reason that Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds will get back into the sacred timeline. No, I doubt that, everyone out there, but I would doubt that they.
So sure, I wouldn't doubt it.
Well, Andrew Garfield, I could see just because that way the MCU can be like, well, yeah, we had him in our one movie, and the Sony verse can fuck off now. Like, that
Gave
doesn't
us
exist in our canon.
gave us the greatest moment in all of the MCU. I said it. The greatest.
I don't know about the redemption catch being the
Oh,
greatest moment in the MCU.
I wanted it so bad, and that movie fucking gave it to me, man. Like dude, in the moment, I was just like, oh, and then when it finally happened, I was like, freaked the fuck out.
All right.
But
I would
yeah.
I would doubt that. I would doubt it. Because
Still gotta bring him back. Secret Wars.
I feel like Marvel, or I feel like Disney absolutely wants to cash in on that check that Secret Wars is gonna have just every single actor that's ever played a Marvel character ever in it. They're gonna bring back Wesley Snipes, for Christ's sakes.
Oh, Jesus.
Dude's ancient, but like.
That would be
awesome. Yeah. I will say this: so to wind it back, not to skip to the end. The few things that I had an issue with.
Yeah, my bad.
So Brad Wolf or X5. That's where the episode starts. That you're kind of like, what the hell is going on? And then you realize you eventually piece it together that like, oh, he went out into the timeline and jumped all over the fucking place until he found Sylvie, left her alone, and then he decided to just create his own life in the 60s, 70s, whatever. And then they have the Easter egg of the Zaniac and whatnot. And then they're gonna interrogate him. And what I didn't like about that was, I loved how before they go in the room and Mobius, he's just like, oh, and one last thing, like, Brad's an asshole, so don't take anything he says too much to heart. And he goes, Loki, and he's just like, what? and then they get into the room. But what I didn't like about this is like, I don't know. He makes the jab at Loki about how Loki's actions got his, the mother killed. Like his mom, but not really his mom, but his mom got her killed. The reason that I didn't like that clearly in that scene, it like that was a real stab at that. I'll say it this way, at that Loki. Like, he took that personally, even though he is a variant that only exists because the Avengers effed up in Endgame and let him get away in a different timeline. Mm-hmm. Like, he's like the initial actual branch of his timeline is kept going on. So that Loki never got his mom killed. He saw it when he went through the history of his life, and he was like, he watched it all, right? Like, he watched everything that he actually did. Loki, this version of you never did any of those things. Not once. So, I guess it does play to his humanity and obviously his emotions that he really did love his mother. Like, that does stab at him, but I don't know. I just felt like that really shouldn't affect him too much because, well, for one thing, he's aware that, hell, there's probably branches out there where she's alive and tons of them. And then two, again, just that version of him, he's not the one that ever happened to. It's the original version of him that happened. This is a whole different Loki, technically. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's why he's redeemed. That's why he's kind of like trying to be the good guy, or at least an anti-hero, whatever you want to call it, because he saw all the wrong that he technically did, but like he himself, that version of him didn't do it. So I just personally didn't like that apparently that jab at him affected so much. And then I gotta say, to stop my rant real quick and give you a chance to talk, that the 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 speech he gives and like the intensity, and he walks up to him and stands above over him like he's gonna do something, and then it was just a gotcha moment. And I feel like that's where I'm saying, like, I think that in that moment they were trying to make it a gag, and it just did not. I just sat there and I was like, that was stupid. I was like, it just didn't deliver for me. It was like this big intense build up, and it just ended up being cheesy. I don't know if you felt that way, but
I thought the first interrogation scene was a little hokey for me. However, I do like this episode kind of allowed Loki to lean back into his more villain or mischievous side. And he finally got to use magic again, thank fuck, Jesus. Really liked when they captured him. They did the callback to the shadows grabbing Brad. Thought that was really cool. So I like that aspect of it. I like that they're finally leaning back into his more god of mischief, more of an anti. Because the thing I didn't really like about season 1 per se, and while I get it because it is a variant, like you said, he kind of saw these things that kind of saw his future if he kind of went down the same path in a weird way. Not quite.
Right. Yeah. Good way to put it.
So, I mean, it worked. But I don't really want to see Loki be a hero. I don't. I don't want to see him be a hero. I would much rather the anti-hero or just a full-on villain. He's the god of mischief. Let him be mischief.
I mean, I think I want the anti-hero because, again, like, we've already seen the version that's basically a villain that then turned kinda anti-hero, throughout the... like we've seen the villain in Thor 1 and in Avengers. Then we kind of saw the God of Mischief, the anti-hero for Thor 2 and part of 3. And then 3 is where he kind of redeems himself, but then of course he just gets killed because of Thanos. But so I don't I don't mind if he's like if this version's an anti-hero, because again, like, he saw his future, and I think that, like, really, I just would like to see him be an anti-hero that kind of basically serves like this glorious purpose, if you will. I don't know that I want to see him to be a straight up like righteous hero though.
I'm not around. Yeah.
Like, I still kind of want him to. I kind of still want to see the character that has to make a hard decision, but can be the character that can make a hard decision, is what I guess I should say. And okay, real quick, I want to say this on the magic. To me, I feel like in this season they weren't scared to just make him just be powerful. Like in season 1, it's like, where's this dude's magic at?
I know.
He's a god, for Christ's sakes. Like, what the hell? And then, like, this season, he's like, like doing illusions and, like you said, the shadow thing. At one point in the episode, he basically uses the Force. He does that or something, and like does some shit. I was like, oh, he's got the Force, and like, it was awesome, and I just loved it because I felt like, oh, cool, like they actually put him back to being kind of a badass. So very happy with that. The big fight scene, or the big like brawl scene in this, amazing in my opinion. especially when like eventually when he does get it out of Brad, through his mischievous ways. Where Sylvie's at, I did like that was a good timed quip. Like when she looks at it, when they look at each other, and she just goes, "Don't get the wrong idea," and they hold hands so he can channel his power into her, and she just fucking blows people away. I was like, "Oh, that's sick." I was like, they're gonna, oh man, that is just awesome. And that kind of plays into too the fact that I think that she's supposed to be like the enchantress of Marvel, where she's like, I think in the comics, the Enchantress character in Marvel was always Loki's like underling or whatever. So that's just kind of cool that they have that dynamic. Um, I'll let you kind of talk about some things now because I've really only got like one other thing about it, and that's it.
Um, let's see. One of my new favorite jokes in the MCU, Mr. Owen Wilson, with the old knock knock joke. Knock knock. Who's there? Brad. Brad who? That's showbiz, baby.
That was good.
Died. Did not expect that at all. I don't know why. It was just one of them jokes that just hit so out of nowhere, but just hit so right.
Well, and all the jokes about show business was just hilarious because it's like it's Owen Wilson, and I felt like I don't know. I felt like it was just so perfect, like all of it, all the jokes that they had. Because
you an actor? You're a pretty good actor. I'm an analyst.
yeah, like all of that stuff. I thought that was so great. It's like you should be an actor. I'm an analyst.
I do really like how they're playing with Mobius and how he kind of snapped this episode and how he really doesn't want to see what his life was supposed to be if he hadn't got kidnapped by the TVA. But so I think that's kind of a cool setup. Great. I'm looking forward to that. I'm hopefully seeing if he had a jet ski filled life. And I also liked his answer to
yes.
Why.
I was just about to say that.
Like, are you afraid of something bad? Seeing something bad? It's like, no, I can handle bad. It's just I don't. What if it's good? It's like
right. That was amazing because he's right. Like he just goes, bad I can handle. He's like, bad I can see it. If it was bad, yeah, it's like, oh, thank God I got kidnapped. He goes, but if it was something good, he's like, oh shit, that's gonna wreck my. Like he said, you think I want that rattling around up here? Mm-hmm. It's like, God, you wouldn't. You really wouldn't. That was such a relatable answer. That was perfect. Yeah. And what I loved. Sorry, I'm kind of cutting you off. Go ahead.
Oh no, I don't even remember really exactly where I was going. Go ahead.
Were you gonna say anything about like that interaction, like more about that interaction?
I think the only thing I was just gonna say was it was a really interesting thread that they set up for the rest of the season, and I really hope they follow up on that later and don't just leave that alone. Like I feel like they should definitely capitalize on that at some point. Because I think that's a really, really interesting thread to go down, especially for Mobius as a character. So,
and I took it like how he is hell bent that he's supposed to be at the TVA. That's what he wants to do. That's his life. And I loved how like you had the yang to him, the yin and the yang. Like Loki was the whole total opposite. He was like, no, Loki was all about like, no, I would want to know my life. I would want to try to make that work. I would want to go back to it. Like that's the feeling I got. Now, does Loki strictly say those things? No, I'm reading into it, but I believe that's like what you're supposed to read into. I wouldn't be surprised if that thread develops into, Loki ends up happily ever after with Sylvie. That's all I want. That's all I want. Which leads me into my last thing about the episode. did not care too much. Chat, listeners, whatever, fellow Tardiers.
Crunchers, partygoers.
No,
What's up,
not
partygoers?
Crunchers.
What's up, Tardy partygoers? Tardy partygoers. What's up?
Yes, Tardies.
Tardy.
I was not happy. The old girl just forgot all her feelings for our Studley Loki. What the hell, man? She was just like, yeah, not happy to see you at all. Get the hell out of here. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. No. You guys fell in love. Well, what happened? What happened to the love, baby? It kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I was like, come on, you don't want to even see him a little bit. But I guess she kind of did. She did follow him. She did follow him directly into the TVA at the end after they had the big brawl. She did follow him, but then she was just like all judgmental and be like, yeah, this is what the TVA can do now. It's pathetic, like blah blah blah. And then she walks away.
Just comes in
it's
and
like,
just basically says, y'all are ass, man. Y'all are shit.
Yeah. Like, y'all are shit, but I'm getting out of here. I'm not going to offer any help, but y'all are shit. It's like, just what the hell? Like I said, man, just no love for the boy. It's like, what? No.
Yeah, it is a really weird disconnect. Like, yeah, like you said, like
she didn't even...
I don't know if that's just her putting on a front and just being in denial because she knows that she probably hurt him by kicking him through the portal and going against what he
you know?
But
no apology, nothing. Just more bitchiness. You get the hell out of here. It's like, shit, you kissed him just as hard as he kissed you. Damn it.
Damn it.
I want to see my boy happy. God.
Happy Hogan?
Heartbreaking. Huh?
Happy Hogan?
No, not. Hey, Happy Hogan fucked his chance up with Aunt May. That's his goddamn problem. Maybe Aunt May wouldn't have died if Happy Hogan wasn't too clingy. Horrible.
Wow, I
shouldn't
hate
say that.
motherfucker now. I just realized I hate that motherfucker. So that also, now that she's back in the TVA, once again, I think that now furthers home that of course he was in the future, and when she was in the elevator, oh, there you are. I think this once again drives home that it's probably going to be Loki that ends up pruning himself because he knows.
Oh, I'm sure you're correct with that.
And so this one I can't take credit for. I saw a theory video today, and I had an inkling, but I couldn't put together logically how. But MT over at Heavy Spoilers has a nice video breaking down why he thinks OB is going to be the secret villain in this season.
Yeah,
I wondered this in
actually,
the first episode because he's such a big name. I can't see him just being like a side support character. I feel like if he's not a villain, he's got to be at least somebody bigger than
important.
Yeah, he's got to be something important. You don't just get.
I'm getting the
fucking side joke character.
I'm not saying I'm getting that feel. I'm not gonna agree with you because of the actor. Because I mean, to be honest, like, are we kind of just saying this because he just won the award, the Oscar after being in showbiz forever? Blah blah blah. Whatever. I just kind of get that vibe from the character in the show. Like, I feel like there's something about him. Like, there's something up there. There's something
off.
Yeah, there's something off.
Would you like to know the proposed theory as to why he's the villain?
Share it with us.
There's a way better video breaking it down, but to boil it down really, really, really quickly. Basically, 400 years ago or whatever, when Mobius went and visited him and they became friends or whatever, it's basically all bent up on that and how Mobius basically never came back for a really long time. And then even when he did, he didn't even remember who OB was. And then shows up with a new friend named Loki. So there's some jealousy there. And that he also, obviously, since he's written all the manuals and basically probably built the TVA. He probably worked closely with Kang at some point. And probably Kang's actually the one that stuck him down there because he's the one with all the knowledge. So he probably stuck him down there so he couldn't go anywhere. Also,
Right.
there's a character. That's a Kang variant that I think is it Garth, something like that. I think it's Garth, but he wears like a green tie,
Party on?
maybe.
Party on?
Starts with a G. I can't remember what the name is, but
Party on,
they're
Garth?
saying that OB could actually be him. And there's more reasons that link it up. I don't want to just steal their video. So if you want to know the full thing, go to Heavy Spoilers. They're a great channel. So after watching that video, though, I was just sitting there and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Especially if we're not going to see Kang until... Well, I think we'll see Kang hopefully next episode. I didn't watch the preview, so I don't know.
I didn't watch it either. So the idea that obviously he probably did work with Kang, I picked that up when he's talking about how he can't get the doors to open. And then they kind of allude to like, well, who would have that clearance or that override?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, it would be He Who Remains. So I kind of get, that's where I first picked up, like, yeah, like, wouldn't this OB guy, like, if he's been there forever, wouldn't he kind of know who He Who Remains is?
Yeah.
I mean, unless, again, future technology and wiping his memory, like he did with all the others.
Yeah,
so
I kind of forgot about that. That is a possibility.
Yeah, so it's possible, but I there's, like you said, there's something off about it, and I guess, yeah, that kind of higher profile of an actor now, like, yeah, there's got to be something more to him. I don't feel like they would have just hired him to kind of be this B-side character.
Yeah, and I don't know. I'm a little nervous, though, with just how kind of quirky and goofy he is. I just... The character is. It'd be kind of weird to all of a sudden...
Yeah.
He's a talented actor, so maybe he can just flip it on a dime like that and make it work. I don't know. But I feel like that'd be quite a weird turn if all of a sudden it was... I don't know, goofy comedic to sinister. I don't know.
Right.
But... I don't know. Watched that earlier today, and I was like, yeah. Even when he first popped up, I was like, there's no way he's just going to be this small side character. There's got to be more to this character.
Right.
Whether good or bad, but saw that theory today, and I was like, it'd be interesting to talk to KP about that, see what he thinks.
No, I totally agree.
Did we miss anything from this episode? I think we hit all the big beats.
Yeah, I think we kind of hit everything. Yeah,
I can't think of anything else that would have happened. I mean, hey, if we miss anything, let us know down below. But
right.
Ratings time. I struggle to rate this show.
I just did. I think I'm gonna kind of keep this around a 6.5. I think that's what I did the first one.
I think I gave last week a 6.3 or something like that.
I was gonna say, I think I gave last week's a 6.5, and I'm gonna go ahead and give that to this week because, like you said, it's overall, it's like, well, you kind of established where we're trying to go, but at the same time, like, there's this sense of urgency, but you're also not making any ground.
Yeah. It's almost like they're just treading water. I don't know.
Playing water polo.
I struggle. I feel like I found myself somewhat by the end of the episode feeling like I enjoyed it more than the first one, but I can't get past like the first 5-10 minutes where I was just what the hell is going on?
I think the reason you're saying that again is because like there was that action scene, the brawl, that was short lived. It was cool. It was cool, man. Like again, bunch of magic shit going on. Like it was cool. I think that might be kind of why. That's what I'm gonna say. Why you maybe feel that way? Because I felt myself thinking that. I was like, yeah, it wasn't too bad. But then I remembered. I'm like, oh well, that first 10 minutes, I was kind of like, shit. And then, to be honest with you, I wish I had the time today, but I didn't. I was wanting to rewatch the episode on my. I get an hour for lunch at work. I was kind of wanting to rewatch it just so it'd be more fresh again, and because like, you have that feeling of like, what's going on in the very beginning. So I was like, man, I feel like I need to rewatch this before we talk about it. But it is what it is. You felt the same way, so now I don't feel so much like a moron.
I think I gave the last one a 6.3. So if I did,
you did
a 6.4. I'm gonna 0.1 higher.
No, you gave it a 6.3 because I remember giving you shit about how like you got the doobie decibel system, and I'm like, yeah, I'll just go by halves, bro.
Big brain.
6.5, baby.
Yeah, 6.4, I guess. It could have been higher if like, I feel like if that first 5 to 10 minutes wasn't such a fucking Lost Boy from Neverland kind of feeling, like this may have gotten into the 7s for me, but I can't in good conscience give an episode that starts off like this a 7. So still looking forward to more somehow. But they really need to fucking get going.
Hurry it up.
I feel like I say this about most Disney Plus series too, which is getting old. But what are you gonna do?
Well, apparently that's all changing now. Real quick, if you guys have paid attention to the internet, if you've seen this news, Disney has decided to overhaul how they're going to do their shows, and now they are going to actually be written by actual. It kind of basically sounds like real writers, even though I don't really want to throw the current writers under the bus, but that's legitimately what they kind of made it sound like. Like they prettied it up compared to how I'm saying it. But apparently now we're gonna actually get shows that have an overall plot, and we're gonna have shows that are designed to have multiple seasons in tow. Thank God. The limited series is apparently over, and I'll be damned if the shows it would be very upsetting if the shows don't get better, because they absolutely should from this. Bob Iger said some nasty shit, but he's doing his job. I hate it, but because like as an individual and shit he said during all those strikes, like yeah, not a great guy, but he does know what he has to clean up. So give and take. Give and take.
Good news to come out. When I saw that, I was like, well, thank fuck. Just hearing that like some of the shows don't even have like a show Bible, and it's like, okay, like, this all makes sense now. Like this,
right? Yeah,
this whole fucking mess just makes sense.
I thought of you when that was in there. I was like, oh, Jordan. I was like, Jsib will be so happy. Oh man.
So yeah, until we still got Gen V down the road.
That's enough. You know what? That's also what I'll do tomorrow, man. I said tomorrow it's gonna just be a horrible day of like hail and rain here, I think. That's what I'll do tomorrow. I'm gonna go binge that show. So then we can review it.
5 episodes out now. I still need to watch the 5th one, which came out last night too, I think. I forgot it came out on Thursday.
Oh god damn it. Comes out on Thursdays with Loki?
I think so.
What? It's on Amazon. Why is it coming out on Thursdays when they have football?
Maybe I'm wrong. Oh no, that's
What are you doing, Amazon? It better not be Thursdays. Good God. That was a dumb decision.
Yeah.
That was stupid.
I could be wrong, but I thought it was Thursdays that it dropped. But well, didn't they drop?
I'm
the
just
Lord
saying
of the Rings show
if
on
it
Thursdays
is
too.
Do what?
Didn't they drop the Lord of the Rings show on Thursdays too?
Shit, I don't remember.
I can't remember either.
I can't remember.
Oh well. But we also got Invincible down the pipeline, coming soon.
Cannot wait for that.
That we will definitely be doing weekly reviews of. Gen V.
Oh, absolutely.
Gen V might end up being either. We'll see. We might have to do like a catch-up episode and then do it weekly, or we'll just end up just doing a series review. We'll see. But Invincible will definitely be weekly.
Absolutely.
Probably gonna have some retro reviews down the pipeline here soon, especially probably after Loki's over, because I don't know the next Disney or Disney, yeah, Star Wars or Marvel show to come out, and DC EU, aka Snyderverse. We're just waiting for one more movie, and then we just get to kiss that goodbye. So yeah, the DC will be a review and memorial for the Snyderverse.
But at least
a little bit.
At least, real quick on that, since you did bring it up, at least James Gunn gave us an idea of who's coming over.
Yeah. Yep, and of course, basically all.
It's Blue Beetle and Peacemaker, which we all alluded to and assumed anyway. And then he confirmed Viola Davis, which I'm sorry, yeah, no shit, because you can't point at a different actress on this goddamn planet that can pull that character off right now. So yeah, you better bring Viola Davis along. Fucking yeah. Again, yeah. Oh my god.
I agree. Out of like the whole, we'll call it Suicide Squad characters, I guess, plus Blue Beetle. It's like, all right, you can only keep one. Who you keeping? Viola Davis. Next.
Right. Yeah.
Like, sorry, John Cena.
Yeah,
I'd love to keep you too, but
well, they are,
Viola
so
Davis,
we're good.
Okay, like, sorry.
Yeah, they're yeah. I mean, they are keeping John Cena though, so that's nice. But
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Do you have questions? I do have questions. This is a new universe,
right?
But that one season 1 clearly took place in the Snyderverse. James Gunn said season 2 is going to address that. Well, that's something I'm a little confused about, but I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So until next week, when we do Loki season 3.
Season 3. We're gonna time. We're
gonna time.
We're gonna get the time. We're gonna go forward in time to season 3 of Loki. We're gonna come back and be like, guys, it's going somewhere. It's all going somewhere.
Stick with it. It's awesome.
Oh my god.
So until next week,
shit.
KP, where can the people find you?
You can find me on youtube.com/KevNKrunch. Name change coming soon. I don't know what. Probably won't even be that different. But yes, for right now, on YouTube, and I try to stream every Tuesday and every Thursday, and then sometimes on the weekends.
There it is. You could also find me on Twitter, aka X gonna give it to you, at Jsib20, and on twitch.tv/Jsib20. Schedule's up in the air right now. I'm still getting my full setup done. The audio is finally almost fully fixed to where I can not drive myself insane. So yeah,
because he wouldn't listen to me the first time. Everyone, just to
so,
I told him all of this, how to do all of this.
Listen. I heard most of what you said. I just forgot one.
Yeah. You just forgot like this very important piece.
That's whatever. It's a cheap piece. I'm not too worried about it. I was more butthurt that I spent all the money in it. I was like, this doesn't work.
Now you know. Yeah, that's now you know how I felt. I was like, what the hell? And then, like you said, then you just get this cheap little $20 piece. Like that.
Bang.
That glove right there, you put it on, works.
Alrighty. I think that
did you just catch on that I was talking about this?
So until next time. Well, if you liked what you saw, please give us a like, subscribe. Helps us as always. And then, hey,
tell your
comment down
friends.
below, is there anything else you guys would like us to maybe hop into and do some reviews for, or reaction type stuff where you get to see me do this?
Or maybe not that. Maybe we can get it. Maybe you have something out there that can actually get this dude to smile.
Until next time, it's your boy Jsib.
And I'm KP. KevNKrunch time, baby.
He brought it back. See ya later.